So everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
All right. So a little bit about my family. You know, a lot of people, you guys probably know me, but we always have new members in the group. So I like to talk about a little bit of personal things. So I have two assistants, two supporters. I would say my husband is a great supporter. He's a great assistant. He helps me a lot. And believe it or not, this little guy, I find clients through this little guy. So he definitely is a great kind of helper too. He comes with me everywhere, volunteer work. So these are volunteer works I do. I'll tell you a little bit about it. In summertime, we went to different locations. As much as I can, I try to enjoy time with him. A little bit of the background about me, and the reason I say it is because really the background that I have has helped me to be successful in real estate. My background, this is my last project actually. You see Art Place at Fort Totten, that I was an assistant project manager in that job. It was a Folger Pratt construction company. I loved that project. It was fun. And the reason I really changed my career is because of this guy. His name is Ivan. And he basically, I wanted to spend more time with him and be able to raise him. So I changed my job. I will never go back to my last job. I love my job. I loved it. I loved everything about it. But I think family is more important for me. So I have a background of architecture and construction management, and I worked in that industry for 12 years. So I love volunteer work. I think life is not all about making money, do things, you want to go beyond. And one of the group I'm active on is Youth for Human Rights. I would definitely suggest you guys to go to the website, youthforhumanrights.org. They're all over the world, actually. And this is a national night out we went, and we spread out the booklets. We go to the schools. I'm trying to go to my son's school. If one of your kids' school actually want to, we can come as well, talk about it. Kids love it actually, and they ask very great questions. Believe it or not, a lot of us don't know what our rights are. So anyway, it's very interesting. I didn't know and I got into it. So I love volunteer work. All right, so unmute, please. I would suggest unmute, and I want to ask you some questions. I want to focus on listings and sellers. So I have these questions. What services you need for selling your house? What makes you nervous when you think of selling your house? You can just go ahead and talk about it, because I don't see everybody on the screen, so you can just kind of unmute yourself and tell me what you think.
I'm selling my house right now. The crazy market makes me nervous.
Okay.
I would say people actually walking through. Like if you're still there, having people come through your house and like judging it.
That's a good one. How about like just before you put it in the market? Like my question is more like what you need to do in order to put the house in the market. What makes you nervous before you actually make the house ready?
I would say staging it, getting the house ready, staging it, and taking off your clutter, taking away your clutter and everything off your counters.
Okay, good one. Yeah. Anybody else?
Discovering something that you missed that needs to either be repaired or isn't up to speed that you got used to, but that's going to be important for the sale and you just missed it.
Awesome. These are great points. One more. Anybody else?
Trying to figure out how much you're willing to invest in bringing a home up to date before you put it on the market, and where you're going to draw the line so that you know what kind of thing you're willing to accept in an offer.
Awesome. These are all great points. I love it. And when do you need to start talking to realtor? Before or after some renovation? And just unmute yourself. Before. Good job. Who else? All right. So as you see this picture, a lot of people get to this look. if you get to this look, you need to talk to Nicoletta, our mind coach, and then talk to me if you're thinking about selling your house. But believe it or not, I had a lot of clients. They go crazy. They go so nervous about what they need to do to sell their house. So these are my services for the sellers, pre-listing, I would call it, because really when the house is market, what you need to do before is very important and critical. What I basically manage the whole time of the process, okay? I send the inspector, I pre-inspect the house, like what Nicoletta was mentioning. You don't know, maybe there are things that you don't, maybe there's some repairs needs to be done and you don't know. That's why you need to, I send the inspector, I get the list from the inspector, and then there might be some minor work needs to be done. I send a handyman to actually do those minor work. I ordered the resale package. So resale package is like when you have homeowner association or condominium. So we have to order that in order to give it to the buyer. I ordered that. We have to do radon tests for Montgomery County. I take care of that. The most important thing that I do, and I'll show you the pictures next slides, I spend one full day with my client decluttering and making the house difference. I'm gonna actually maybe show you the pictures and come back to this. So look at this. These are, if you look at the pictures, these are how it was before and after I declutter. I have a team basically come and help me to move this stuff and then clean the house and make the house ready for the photographer. Look, there's a big difference as you see in the pictures, before and after. All right, so go back to that. That's one. And then if the house is empty, a lot of people just, go and maybe go another state, go to the new house and it's empty. So I send a staging company, which I know, and they stage the house. I provide the professional cleaning. I send a cleaning crew. And then I send a photographer that now is actually Alejandro is my photographer. I send him in to take pictures. 3D walkthrough if it needs to be done, floor plans, and then advertise on all over the social media. Definitely going to do the open house on the first week, which is very important. So then you need to just relax and don't worry about it. I'll take over. I really get very close to my clients. I communicate with them in all of this process. I don't want them to have any stress. I'll do anything, go beyond to make sure that the house gets ready to go on the market. And then one of the things that the people get nervous is they don't have money to renovate and put the house on the market. Don't worry about that. If you have equity on the house, then I will give you a credit card. And then you can use that even for staging of the house, for some renovation needs to be done. But you need to talk to me as a realtor and tell me, and then we start working on it. Because some people spend like hundreds of thousands on the house, but it's not going to be the right amount you need to spend on. You need realtors have a good view of what are the selling points in the house, and every house would be different. So we have to look at the house and say, well, I think it would help if you do a kitchen renovation, you do bathroom renovation. So make a list. I'll make a list, and then you don't have to spend a penny until you go to closing. And then at closing, you pay that money that you spent on renovation. And these are your after pictures. And then, in the hot market, it's still so important to know how to write a good offer. And I have been winning offers, sometimes like 15 offers, 9 offers. And even I had all the contingencies in. And this is one of the actually clients I worked with, Scott, in Sterling, Virginia. We had all the contingencies in, so after the appraisal, we could give back actually $15,000 back to the buyer. So it's so important to know how to write an offer. And it was a hard market, but still a buyer could save some money. And this is a very cute house. So one of the things that my clients sometimes make fun of me is, okay, Romina, tell me which wall I have to knock off. I was like, well, you can't just get rid of this wall. For example, in this picture, this wall was not a load-bearing wall, so it could be easily taken out. I could, sometimes if I have questions, I call my husband and take a picture and says, what do you think? Can I just, do you think I can get rid of this wall? And I just right there tell my client. So it's really, I have a team, and I'll tell you, besides my husband, other people that are in the team that help me a lot as well to make me successful and where I am. And so besides really Maryland, Virginia, and DC, if you know anybody outside DMV and want to see, want to sell their house and they need a realtor, let me know as well. I have a great connection with other realtors all over the United States. This is someone I helped in Pennsylvania, and they changed their realtors 2 times until I recommend the realtor I knew. And then they bought this house. So I have great connection with the realtors everywhere in the United States. So, if anybody, don't know a good realtors and they need help, just let me know. I can definitely help with that.